Scenario: bias in communication style. Background: Jamal is a talented Black software developer at a large tech company. He has been with the company for 2 years and has consistently delivered high-quality work. However, Jamal has noticed a recurring issue. During meetings and presentations, his communication style is often judged differently compared to his colleagues. When he speaks with enthusiasm, he is labeled as too aggressive, whereas his white colleagues are praised for being assertive or engaged when exhibiting the same behavior. This bias in how communication styles are perceived is affecting his confidence and ability to effectively contribute in team settings. Scenario: during a team meeting, Jamal presents his findings on a project he's been working on for weeks. As he energetically explains the technical details and offers suggestions for improvement, he notices uncomfortable glances from some of his colleagues. When Jamal finishes, his manager, Sarah, comments, "Great insights, Jamal, but let's try to tone down the delivery a bit next time." Meanwhile, a white colleague, Mike, presents right after Jamal with the same level of excitement, and Sarah responds by saying, "That was excellent, Mike. Your enthusiasm really shines through." Frustrated, Jamal reflects on how he has repeatedly received feedback about his communication style being intimidating or too intense, even though his style is no different from his colleagues. He begins to wonder if his race and cultural background are leading to these biased perceptions. Later, in another meeting, one of Jamal's colleagues, Karen, gives him a smug look and says, "I don't really get what you're saying. Can you use more, normal language?" The dismissive tone and expression made Jamal feel as though his contributions weren't valued and that his manner of communication was seen as foreign or inadequate. Challenges faced. 1. Bias in communication style. Jamal's assertiveness is often perceived as aggression, while similar behavior from his white colleagues is seen positively. 2. Cultural misunderstanding. Jamal comes from a culture where direct and energetic communication is valued, but this is misunderstood in his corporate environment. 3. Impact on confidence. Repeated feedback about his tone starts to affect Jamal's confidence in speaking up, limiting his contributions in meetings. 4. Microaggressions. The subtle, continuous feedback about his communication style makes Jamal feel singled out and misunderstood. How Jamal manages the situation. 1. Seeking feedback from allies. Jamal approaches a colleague he trusts, a senior engineer named Alex, who has always been supportive. He explains his frustration and asks for honest feedback. Alex acknowledges that there may be a cultural bias at play and suggests ways to navigate the corporate environment without dimming his expressive nature. 2. Open dialogue with management. Instead of silently accepting the feedback, Jamal schedules a one-on-one conversation with his manager, Sarah. He calmly explains how the comments about his communication style feel biased and asks for clarity on the feedback. He also highlights that assertiveness should be viewed equally, regardless of who it's coming from. Sarah listens and promises to be more mindful in the future. 3. Adapting without compromising. Jamal understands that corporate culture might expect a certain level of conformity, but he decides to find a balance. He starts adjusting his presentation style slightly in certain settings, such as lowering his voice in specific moments while maintaining his energy and directness where it counts. Educating the team on bias. Jamal suggests to HR that the company offer workshops on communication bias and cultural differences in the workplace. HR agrees, and Jamal helps organize a session on how communication styles can differ across cultures and how these differences should be embraced, not penalized. Outcome. Over time, Jamal's efforts to address the communication bias begin to shift the company culture. The team becomes more aware of their implicit biases, and communication styles are evaluated more equitably. Jamal regains his confidence in speaking up, and Sarah praises him for his initiative in improving workplace inclusivity. The workshops also help foster a more open and inclusive environment where diverse communication styles are respected and valued. Key takeaways. 1. Address bias directly. Jamal didn't shy away from confronting the bias in communication head-on. Speaking directly with his manager helped create awareness and change. 2. Seek allies. Building a support system with colleagues who understand and can provide constructive feedback is crucial for navigating workplace challenges. 3. Don't compromise your authenticity. Jamal found a way to adapt to his environment without completely changing who he is, maintaining his energy and directness. 4. Advocate for change. By suggesting workshops on communication bias, Jamal helped create a more inclusive and culturally aware workplace for everyone. If you've ever been judged unfairly based on how you communicate at work, you're not alone. Bias in communication style affects many of us, especially in diverse workplaces. Speak up, seek support, and advocate for change within your organization. At Black Tech GreenBook, we're here to help you navigate these challenges and take control of your career. Subscribe for more strategies on overcoming workplace biases and share your experiences to help foster a more inclusive corporate environment.